Come on, everybody. Here we go. Off to Weberland.
Hi, friends.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome back to our podcast. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Ryan.
We are Adventures in Weberland, and this is episode 8.
8.
Yes.
Wow.
I know.
We're getting further and further down.
Well, I asked you just to make sure. I was like, this is 8, right? You were like, no, this is 7. And I had to go. I don't know why I was listening to you, but I had to go back and check. And yeah, this is episode 8.
8, technically 9 if you count the introduction.
Okay, that's fair, because that was technically 0. But anyway, welcome back. Thanks so much for listening or watching, however you are listening or watching.
Yeah.
So things that have happened between the last episode and now.
Lots.
Disney Springs has a new drone show.
Mm-hmm.
I just said what it was right before we hit record, and I forgot the name of it already.
It's not...
Dreams That Soar?
Yes. It's forgettable a little bit.
Wow. Oh. Why would you say that?
I thought something
flight. The name
something.
of it or
Dreams
the show?
That Soar, yeah. I already forgot, too, when you told me, too, so...
But okay, so we had it up on YouTube earlier today. I think it was where we were watching it, and I mean we didn't get to fully watch it because the kids were running around, so I didn't get to actually sit down and see it. But I saw clips, I saw stuff on Instagram, and it looks awesome.
Yeah,
it really does. Like
it
the
does.
Death Star part. I was like, whoa. This
Peter
is cool.
Pan.
Peter Pan. Yeah, so this is running till September. There's an actual date in September. I don't know off the top of my head.
It's temporary?
As of right now, it is. Yeah, it's running until some date in September. I think it's the beginning of September. But it looks really, really, really cool. And it's something that I hope we can see when we go in July. I don't know because it's pretty late. It's like 9-ish, right? Is that right?
I think so. And there's a lot of people, too.
Well, yeah, that's where I was going with that. Someone posted, I don't know, maybe it was Disney Food Blog. I don't remember. It was one of those Instagram accounts. And wow Disney Springs was not prepared for the amount of people that were going to be there on the debut of it.
Yeah, we went there with the kids, one of the last trips, and it was a Saturday night by accident, and it was just like that. There was like wall-to-wall people, and it was just like it was in like Disney hell.
That's no joke. Like if you can avoid Disney Springs on a Friday or Saturday, do so. And that's the thing, when you're in the Disney bubble, you don't know what day it is. You forget. Yeah. And we were on the bus halfway there, and we're like, oh my gosh, it's a Saturday night. What are we thinking? But we did it anyway. But yes, this drone show looks so cool.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. No matter the day of the week or the crowd, this is something you need to see.
I think so.
Can you go onto the Saratoga Springs side and watch it from there?
I don't know. It looked like one of the vloggers or one of the news outlets posted it, and it looked like it was across. They were across the water.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not sure where it was filmed from. I was trying to figure it out.
So location we're not sure of. We should look that up. But
you should be able to see it from far.
Yeah, I would think so. Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe if Disney Springs is just way too crowded, just walk over to Saratoga Springs and see it on that side, if that's where it's being shown. I feel like it would be, but I don't know. Anyway, that's something cool. A little bit of sad news. Richard Sherman.
Yeah, I'm sad. I am sad.
Yeah, he passed away.
What a talent that the Sherman brothers were. Really.
Yeah. So they basically wrote all of most of the classic Disney songs with Walt Disney.
Yeah. Winnie the Pooh. It's a Small World is like their best one. I think their most well-known one.
Mary Poppins.
And It's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow.
That's right.
There's tons of others.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But, huge list. But he was 95.
Yeah.
God bless.
Yeah, he looked good. I saw a video recently of him with Dick Van Dyke, and they were singing the Mary Poppins songs, and they were just still knew it like nothing.
You showed me that video. He kind of looked like Mel Brooks a little bit.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. I always thought he did.
Yeah.
So, but Mel Brooks is still with us. Thank God.
He is. Yeah. So Richard Sherman, that's very, very sad. But like I said, 95 years old. God bless. Love his music. It's just an icon.
Well, it makes you feel Disney. Like literally, that music is one of the reasons we go.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're absolutely right.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Today's episode, we are talking about Epcot, World Showcase in particular, because it's a common question I feel anybody gets when we talk Disney, right? Is what country would you add to World Showcase in Epcot? There's a ton of them. There's a ton of answers.
There's no room though.
There's no room. There's like this much.
They can squeeze it in.
Teeny bit of room. But again, this is all hypothetical anyway. It's not like some Disney executive is listening to our podcast right now.
You might.
This is just all in fun.
No. If we got Bill Mosley listening, we had who else? Famous people.
We might have an engineer
Kathleen,
or Imagineer. Excuse me. That
DeLorean. I mean,
it's true.
We could have an Imagineer. Yeah, there's a couple I can think of that I know.
There's one in particular. Yes, but this is supposed to be all in fun. Again, this is a very common question I feel when you're talking about Disney World.
Yeah,
and we got some answers. This was hard for me.
Oh, it was so hard for me. I had like 3 or 4. I just keep going all back and forth with, and then I ended up with like 2, and then I don't know. We'll see. I decided on.
That's the thing. So Disney World did it right? I mean, they have a little bit of everything. They have the Latin culture. They have Europe. They've covered Europe pretty well. Yeah, I think. They have Asia. So they've been able to, I don't know, incorporate, I think, something for everybody is really what it is. So that's the question we put out. What country would you add to Epcot, and what would you put in it? We listed attractions, but it could be a ride, it could be a show, food, anything like that. What would you put in that pavilion?
Yeah. What would be your country that you would, I think, like, where would you like to visit, while you're there?
Right, exactly. So I'll.
You want to go first?
Sure, I'll go. I had to write some notes down because I can't remember it all. I just went with a completely different continent.
Okay.
Is what I did. I'm also afraid Ryan and I did not exchange our answers, so I'm a little worried we have the same one. We might not, but I'm a little worried we do. Okay. And if we do, that's okay. Maybe we just came up with different ideas. But I did go a completely different continent.
Okay.
All right. I went with Australia.
Ooh, I almost picked Australia. That was one of my 4.
That was one of your 4. How many countries are you adding to Epcot?
I had to research it, and it was a hard decision, but whatever.
Research what?
To see,
like, what you would add?
Yeah, like the countries and what they offer, and what would end up being in there, and if you wanted to do an attraction or a ride, and what would it be if it's related to Disney? There's a lot.
Well, so that's the thing. So mine's not exactly related to Disney. Mine's not IP at all. To be honest with you, I immediately thought of the Wiggles and selfishly want Disney to collaborate with the Wiggles because Australia has a Wiggles land or whatever they call it there. It's literally Dreamland. Yeah. It's literally a theme park dedicated to the Wiggles. So I mean, why not? Come on, do a little bit of a collaboration. Yeah. Bring it to Epcot. I mean, come on.
You can do the fruit salad ride or
that's
do
what
the propeller.
I'm saying. It doesn't even have to be a ride.
They have a propeller ride, I think, at Dreamland.
Oh, come on. You see?
Because I see, we watch it with the kids, so I see their videos, and they actually, I'm like, where are they? And it looks like, if you look it up, and they have their own land.
That's amazing.
At Dreamland.
So selfishly, that was me in my head, but obviously that's not what not what I'm going for.
Well, you could do crocodile, like crocodile hunter. You can do like that kind of thing.
Well, so what I wrote down is a ride almost like Soarin', where it kind of brings you around Australia, right? Smart. So you get like the Sydney Harbor. You're seeing the Australia Zoo, which is where the what do they call? No, help me. The Irwins.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that's where that's where
the kind of like Canada has.
Kind of, but almost, but more like more like a Soarin' ride, but maybe not, but maybe kind of like the vehicle's more of like a flight of passage type of vehicle.
I like that.
So obviously you're not going to be riding on the back of a Banshee unless you're going to maybe Fiji,
On the back of a kangaroo.
Something like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like something like that.
On the back of a kangaroo.
I don't know. Again, you got to toy with it, right? But something like that. Then I thought that instead of that, maybe just an attraction in general, not necessarily a ride, but I just think so. If you don't know, New York City has a portal right now to, is it Dublin?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's Dublin.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And you can see the people there and
live,
they see you.
Literally live. You look at this thing and you're seeing the people on the other side in a whole nother country, hours ahead of you.
That's a cool thing to do there.
It is so cool. Now, New York, they got rules and people took advantage of this.
Yeah, they ruined it for themselves.
Whatever. But I think it would be so cool because, and I wrote this down because I couldn't remember it, Sydney, Australia, there is a 14-hour difference.
Wow.
From Orlando.
Okay.
So let's be real. Sydney is a big city.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, just like New York City, the city that never sleeps. So even if it's nighttime there and daytime for us, there are going to be people standing in front of this portal. But I think that would be so cool just to see like other people live right in front of you in this portal, in real time.
I'm sure Disney can think of like another technology too, like with that, and make it even better. Probably.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably.
With the Imagineers and stuff.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's cool.
Yeah, that's why I'm not an Imagineer.
but there's also like a lot of, like you said, the Wiggles. There's Bounce Patrol, because we watch all they're all Australian, and if Disney acquires them, then what about Crocodile Dundee? Is he his movies Disney? Maybe you could do something there.
Are they?
I don't know if
is that a question or
if it's Touchstone. I thought it was I don't know. I thought Touchstone Pictures or somebody put them. Maybe I could be completely wrong. Well, and that's the thing. Obviously, it's very hard for Disney can do it, but the collaborating with I just said the Wiggles because good idea.
That's literally all we watch other than Disney in this house right now because we have young children.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I went with. And then I looked up the food. This was the interesting part to me. What unique types of food do they have? And there's a ton, right? A list. And the one thing everyone knows is the Vegemite, right?
Yeah.
Which you either love it or you hate it. A lot of people I know hate it. I've never tried it.
Me either.
That would clearly be some type of showcase in this pavilion. They also have something called, I wrote it down, fairy food, which apparently is more of like for kids, which... Yeah. Convenient. And it's just kind of like bread with sugar and sprinkles is basically what it is. Again, this is what I read, not too familiar with it. But do you know, according to the Google, what one of the most popular food items in Australia is?
What?
Chicken parm.
Italiano.
I had to re-Google and re-Google and re-Google, and sure enough, chicken parma is what they call it. You can find it in the local pubs, and apparently it's a hit, which is fascinating to me. So the Australian version of chicken parm, I would love to try it. I'm just saying, nice quick service.
Sounds good, the food, actually. It might be, I feel it's very Disney. Now, would you have like Australian Donald or Australian Pluto? Something?
Well, that's the thing. So what would they wear? I don't know. I didn't get that far. Character-wise, I didn't get that far.
Kangaroo, zoo. I feel like it's more like zoos and...
Well, that's what you think of.
Yeah.
Literally, Australia has everything you can possibly think of.
Yeah.
Like, they have mountains. They have, everything. It's just like here. It's just like the United States.
It's a good pick.
So it's hard to pinpoint one thing when it comes to... Australia. You know what I mean? But, I mean, and then you got the accent.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So, yeah.
Cranky.
That was, there you go.
I don't know. Okay. Okay.
Did you not go in depth? I'm sorry. Maybe I said too much. I don't know.
Okay. So I went back and forth between, I had Australia, I had Ireland,
okay.
and I had Greece. And the other ones just didn't have enough like fire under it, like I wanted Ireland, but I was like, oh, what is this going to be all drinking? And there's already drinking everywhere there.
That's funny.
But you do like a cobblestone road or something like that. I was thinking that, but then I looked up Disney movies, and there was nothing really related to it except for Darby Gradle or something. I don't know what the name of the movie was. It was a long time ago.
Okay.
And then the Luck of the Irish, which is like a basketball movie.
Yes, I remember. That was Disney Channel.
Yeah. So
I remember that movie.
there was nothing for Ireland, but I thought the shirts would be cool with Mickey on them with Ireland.
Okay.
And all that. So, and then Australia, we talked about that. So I decided on the one that I think a lot of people wish was there, and I also do, just because they have a little bit of everything, and it would fit really well into Epcot, and that's Greece.
Oh, so you're picking Greece.
Picking Greece.
You're picking Greece. Let me guess.
I decided.
Hercules.
Yes.
Yes.
So I went a little more in depth with it.
Very IP, by the way. Good for you.
Well, I'm trying to think what blends nicely with the rest. So,
Sure.
They have columns there. They have caves.
Columns.
Yes. They have castles. They have Mount Olympus.
Okay.
So, in the Olympic Games came from there.
Oh, that's a good point.
There's philosophers, and maybe you have Alexander the Great statues and that kind of stuff, because it fits well with Epcot. I feel like I was trying to see where it fit. Yeah, history, and then with the food, you can have a broken down columns or something. I think they were Roman columns, but Greece also had them as well.
Okay.
I don't know, this as the look of it, you know what I mean? So the food, I was going to do gyros, because I can always go for a gyro in Disney.
Is that how you say it, gyro?
I don't know.
Well, that's how I say it too, but apparently that's not right. It's like a euro.
Euro, gyro,
but you have to have an accent.
And of course, there's a Greek salad. And then, I can't say this right, we have it all the time on New Year's. Spanakopita.
Spanakopita. Yeah, spanakopita. Yeah. Okay.
And then you can have merch, right? You can see now. I always thought that togas were Greek, but they're not. Apparently, it's Roman.
Yes, correct.
But you can sell sandals and Greek armor, and they're really big on their jewelry, their pottery.
Okay, I see where you're going with
replicas, of the philosophers. Mythology is also big in Greece, and then, like you said, the attraction would be a Hercules,
yes,
but a dark ride in the water.
Tell me more.
And you have to rescue Meg. What's her name? Meg.
Yeah, Meg from Hades.
Yeah, from Hades. That's what I remember. Rescue Meg. Her name is Mega.
Yeah, they call her Meg.
Yeah, from Hades.
I kind of like that ride, Ryan. I see where you're going with that.
And then, it kind of like the Mexican Pavilion, the Grand Fiesta Tour, but scarier and darker and
right
animatronic.
Disney doesn't do scary,
okay,
so it wouldn't be
do combine Haunted Mansion with
So is it more almost like Frozen, Ever After kind of, but
yeah, that sounds
you have
good.
To
yeah, in a boat or something.
I like that a lot. Maybe also because I'm a little biased, and I Hades is a great villain. And it's I find him to be fantastic.
Pain and Panic, right?
Pain and Panic are great sidekicks.
They can pop up in there. So I thought it'd be good. I thought it was. I know a lot of people have the same idea, but
well, again, I think it's just
all around.
I think it's just because it's the easiest country to pair with a Disney movie.
Well, yeah,
that already exists, because you're not going to say Colombia, because of Encanto, because that's opening in.
Well, that's the thing. Already
in
have
Animal
something
Kingdom
happening, and
that's what we think. That's what they're telling us.
But if they didn't do that, I would have probably picked that, honestly, because the Colombia has a lot to offer as well, and that movie is so big.
Right.
So that was one of my 4. So it was Greece, Ireland, Australia, and Colombia.
Oh, I only picked one, but okay.
But Greece is the one I decided on, because it has all around.
I like that.
Something for everybody.
Yeah.
And good food, and it fits in well with Epcot. And I think a lot of people will pick that too. We'll see. I
like that.
I only have 2 comments from my side, but I think we got a bunch.
Oh yeah.
Yours.
Do you want me to start, or you want to?
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
well,
what
speaking of across the pond. I'll start with our friends, our magic journeys across the pond. Hi, guys. I really like this idea. Okay. They went with India.
Ooh. Okay.
A Jungle Book boat ride.
Ooh.
Bollywood dancing and live music and Indian food. Now, I've never really had Indian food. I won't lie.
Either.
So I'm not entirely sure what I would be eating or ordering or anything like that. But this is a great idea. Bollywood in general is huge.
Yeah,
it is huge, especially in their country. But even here, you see a lot of that. Maybe and in New Jersey, that culture is expressed very much so in our state. Bollywood is huge. I think that would go over really, really well. And a Jungle Book boat ride.
That's what I was going to say. I'd be there. I'd be at the Jungle Book boat ride, waiting in line. I think this is a really, really good answer. Jungle Book, I feel like it doesn't get enough praise at the parks, actually. There's really not much.
That's true. Yeah. I'm trying to think.
It's a good movie.
Baloo is somewhere.
Yeah, Animal Kingdom, I think.
Is it a meet and greet?
Yeah,
No.
Baloo, and we met them. Baloo
and King Louie.
King Louie,
we did, but you know what? It was where, I don't know if they do it anymore, and if they do, please let us know, comment and correct us. But when we met them, it was where Doug is now, where Doug does his meet and greet.
Well, we met them, it was weird. It was in a different place. No, I don't remember.
Oh, am I wrong?
Yeah, it was like a, I don't explain it. It was like a bamboo area. It was just like its own area.
Okay, well, we'll look this up, but also let us know if you know faster than we will look it up. Comment either on the video or send us a message on Instagram or something like that, and let us know if that meet and greet is still there because it was a long time ago.
I don't see it recently. I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so Brian on Instagram, so he has 2 answers and good ones. His first one was Greece.
Okay.
He did go with you, include things from the Hercules movie.
Okay.
His second one, interesting, I like this, Egypt.
Oh.
Add a pyramid and Sphinx attraction.
That would look amazing.
That reminds me of the Mummy. Right?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Imagine seeing a pyramid at World Showcase walking around.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I like that. That's a good answer. And then I have Kevin on Instagram agrees with me. He went with Australia, but he said he would have wine tasting and a movie showing all the sights similar to the Canada one.
Yeah, it's kind of like what you said.
But wine tasting, I left that out. My bad.
Well, you gotta have alcohol when you're at Epcot.
That is true.
But the funny thing is, Walt never wanted alcohol at his parks.
I know. Well, you know what? Times change. I think they do a really good. They do it really well.
Yeah.
The way they if
sometimes
you will showcase the
control,
alcohol. Well, yes, that's true, especially during the festival seasons, because that's what people do, right? They drink around the world. So maybe take World Showcase out of this for a second. I think the rest of Disney World.
Oh yeah, definitely
serves alcohol.
Yeah, I don't think it's in Magic Kingdom.
You can not outside of certain restaurants. Yeah. But I think Liberty Tree.
Sparse.
I think you can get alcohol.
Did I say the word sparse?
What are you trying to say?
Sparse. It's limited.
Yeah, Liberty Tree. No, you like Liberty Tree. I thought you can get it there.
Yeah.
So there's certain areas you can get alcohol, but you can't walk around with it like you can in World Showcase. So.
Okay.
I'm just gonna finish. Is that okay?
Sure,
and then you can go with your comments.
I'm fine.
We're going to our friend Jackson.
Oh, he's back.
I expect answers from Jackson every
time,
episode,
or something's wrong.
I will be concerned if I don't get a response from Jackson. So Jackson and family all have different ideas. So it's great. So Jackson actually went with Australia as well.
Oh, okay.
He said they could build a full Bluey ride experience.
Ooh.
Basically playing out an episode of Bluey in ride form, similar to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
I like that.
I love that. So Disney technically doesn't own Bluey. So
they distribute it or something.
If Disney's going to collaborate with anyone, Bluey is really the one to do it, because being that they are associated with. So
I think it's a great show, Bluey.
Bluey. It's funny. Sometimes we watch Bluey, and Bowie's more into Bluey than Jagger is in our house right now. And what does Bowie know? She's 10 months old, but she sees him and she
Jagger
reacts.
used to love the song. He danced to it. Yeah, he loves the song.
I feel like sometimes I'm watching episodes of Bluey and I'm like, this is more for us as parents than it is for the kids.
Yeah, a lot of
They are like total millennial parents. It's very, very funny. Yeah. So Jackson, great idea.
Yeah.
So we are going to go with Jackson's brothers.
Okay.
Griffin says Russia because it's the biggest country and they have nesting dolls.
Oh, yeah,
Culturally,
that's right.
those things, those are popular,
Yeah.
nesting dolls. Can you imagine like little like Mickey and Donald
that'd be
and
cool.
Goofy nesting dolls?
I feel like I've seen them somewhere before.
Have you?
Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, if you have, can you tell me?
It was
Because
a
I
long
want a
time
Donald
ago.
one.
I feel like I saw them maybe somewhere. I don't know where.
Okay. Well,
maybe Home Goods.
I like that answer. Nathan, Jackson's brother Nathan says, the smallest country. That would be Vatican City. So why not add that part as a part of Italy?
Yeah.
There you go. I mean,
Could.
it is. That's where it is, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, good one.
Much
and
easier to add on to a country than put a whole new one in.
Well, that's true. Well, that's the thing. Technically, Vatican City is a country. It sits next to Rome.
It's a fun
Italy,
fact
so.
here. When I was looking up Greece, I noticed that I didn't know this. I don't know if you know this, but Epcot, when it was built, the countries had to buy and pay for their area to be built.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It was all paid for, and Greece did not want to pay for it.
Oh.
So that's why it's not there, because it was supposed to be there.
Is that like a well-known thing? And
I
I'm
don't
not
know,
aware
it
of
just
it?
came up on Google.
Is that like Disney 101 and I'm like a terrible Disney
I was
fan
like,
right
oh my
now?
God, everyone paid for their own country. So whoever they chose to be there they pay for it. So that's why it's
See, we're educational as well.
Look it up. I don't know. That's what I saw.
Look it up yourself. Get off my lawn.
Powerful
All right. Jackson's dad, Dan, says Jamaica. Because Animal Kingdom is already getting a South America section, and World Showcase already has representation from Africa, Europe, and Asia.
It's true.
So the food, he says the food would be lit. Thanks, Dan. Plus you could include a classy rum tasting experience.
Ooh.
Sold.
A cool running
Thank
to
you.
that movie.
Well, funny you say that. Dan
Jamaica.
continues and says, and how about a ride based on that classic 1993 Disney film, Cool Runnings? I love that movie.
Great movie.
It is.
John
We like that
Candy.
one.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to go bobsledding or something, like a bobsled ride. Be kind
Yeah.
of cool.
That's what I'm saying.
Scary.
That would be maybe a
For
little
me,
scary.
Space Mountain, not even Hyperspace Mountain. It'd be like super bobsled mountain or something.
You should name rides for Disney.
Bobsled Mountain.
Oh, boy.
Come ride the new Disney ride, Bobsled Mountain.
Why is it a mountain all of a sudden?
Yeah, because everything's
What do you mean,
mountains.
yeah?
Big Thunder Mountain, Space
But you don't
Mountain.
bobsled down a mountain.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Do
Ice.
you?
It's
No,
ice.
you don't.
It's ice.
It's a track,
Yeah, it's ice.
but it's not a mountain.
Yeah, but to make it fun, it's down a mountain.
I quit.
Bobsled Mountain coming to Epcot Center. Oh, wait, it's not Epcot Center anymore. Coming to Epcot 2020.
I swear
7.
we kind of sort of prep for these episodes. Anyway, can I
Wouldn't
continue?
you ride Bobsled Mountain?
No,
if it was
they should
offered?
give out eggs. You should give out before
Eggs?
Yes, wait. The one guy in Cool Runnings, he always had the egg, the good luck egg, and he used to take it out and he used to kiss
I was
it.
like, what?
Does
Is
you
that
remember?
the food? You get eggs?
Well, no. I'm just saying, if you're going to ride Bobsled Mountain, we're way off track.
Yeah.
Are we done? Cool Runnings. Okay,
Let's remove them.
Jackson's mom, Amy. Oh, I like her answer too. Amy said Poland because she wants pierogies. I love a good pierogi. So my godmother is from Poland. Oh my gosh, her pierogies. Oh my goodness. You know what I'm talking
Pierogies,
about.
Yes.
She used to make them when we were kids all the time. Oh my gosh. Delicious. So good. And she gave me a recipe for my wedding, and I'm afraid. And how long ago is that? I'm afraid to attempt to make them because I feel like I'm gonna mess that up.
Is that why I haven't got any pierogies?
I'm sorry. Well,
Okay.
we're gonna see her in a couple days, so you can ask her for them.
Text her.
Anyway, Poland. I like that one too. These are good ideas.
Okay.
These are great ideas.
Yeah, I only have 2.
That's okay.
So we'll do these 2 here. All right. We got Brian on Facebook.
All right.
I shortened his answer a little bit just for time. Okay. So he says Estonia.
Oh, okay.
Which I thought was interesting. The food would be pork and potato or seafood dishes. Shops filled with Estonian national gifts and their chocolate, which rivals Belgium chocolate.
Ooh.
Now, I don't know how to say this last part.
Okay. I don't even know what you wrote. So
I can't even read what I wrote.
Can't read your handwriting.
Kiki swing.
Okay.
I'm saying it wrong, Brian. I'm sorry. As the focal point of entertainment.
Okay. So,
I guess it's a swing kind of thing.
Ryan, I don't know what you wrote. I don't know if that's an I or an
These
N.
are I's.
Or
Kiiikin. Kikin swing?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay.
Don't know what that is, but
I don't either. I'm not going to lie.
Brian, comment on our video and tell us what it is.
So, this sounds like a great food booth. Like the pork, what's right? Pork and potato?
Pork and potatoes and seafood dishes. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Right?
Isn't Estonia where like Encino Man, the caveman is from? Estonia?
I don't know.
Encino Man?
I don't know.
With Pauly Shore.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I never saw it.
Sean Astin?
Never saw it. Sorry.
Well, anyway, the chocolate sounds good.
Yeah, the chocolate does sound good. Competing against Belgium chocolate, yeah, I'm in. Okay. I always have a sweet tooth.
So our second one is Shirley from Instagram, and she says Peru.
Good one.
Peru is a good one because of the Emperor's New Groove.
Duh.
She thinks they should have a ride, and then they have Peruvian cuisine.
I love that. Emperor's New Groove. Yeah. I always forget about that movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I don't know why.
David Spade and Putty. What's his name? From who does the Soren? He's in it too. I think.
Patrick, help me.
Patrick Warburton or something. I think it is.
He's Patrick Warburton. Joe on Family Guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Patrick Warburton.
Yes. Mm-hmm. He surprised people at Disneyland.
Yeah, I wish they'd come to Disney World.
I don't know if it was really a surprise, but
they get Johnny Depp, they get him.
I know.
What about Disney World?
I mean, we get John Stamos a lot.
That's true.
We just haven't been there when he's there. Actually, that's a lie. We were there when he was there. We just didn't run into him.
No, yeah. Well, it's hard. There's thousands of people.
Exactly.
But those are my 2. I think Emperor's New Groove, I would totally ride that kind of ride. It's kind of similar to Hercules. And I think these are great answers. And we always get a lot of great answers and a lot of good comments. And, I mean, to me, that's fun reading everyone else's because I'm like, oh, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Like, any of these, like except for Greece, because that's the only thing I thought of. But
well, that's the thing. Like I said in the beginning, this is actually harder than it seems. It seems like such a simple question, but it's difficult. I had a hard time because you really have to know about the country, which means if you don't, you have to Google it. And just like we did, we had to do a little bit of research. And I don't know. I mean, I think. Yeah, I don't. You're right. There's no room to add another country. But do you ever think that they would change a country?
They could. Depends. But if they're paying for it, then they can't. But I also, you know what? It makes me want to do this. It makes me want to, besides America, obviously, other countries that are there. It makes me want to research them more and really find out about them. So when I go there again, I'll know more about them.
Right.
And I'll enjoy them more.
Right.
Like we go to Mexico because it's Grand Fiesta Tour and the avocado margarita.
Don't sleep on that. Don't sleep.
And we go to Canada to watch Martin Short.
Well, we used to.
A video, but yeah. Well, it's still.
He's not there.
It's Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara.
I don't know if it's still there.
I haven't seen that. I think I saw the sign for it. I don't know if it's still playing. But, you go to these different countries for certain things, but I just wish I knew a little bit more about them, and I feel like I would enjoy it more. So this helps you learn about them. Yeah. And also, what you didn't realize was missing.
That's true. And we used to love taking our time in World Showcase. And I think the last time we actually got to do that was our honeymoon, which was a long time ago. But we used to literally go into every single nook and cranny of the countries, and we enjoyed it. We loved reading things. We loved seeing the shows. We loved going into the shops and seeing all the different, cultural things that they like. I've always wanted to do that, that pearl picking, if you will, in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
I've always wanted to do that, but, and I'm not blaming our children, but it's just a little more difficult to do certain things like that, because I'm not going to lie, when I was younger, when I was a kid and we went to Disney World, I was like, oh, we got to go to Epcot and go around the countries. As a child, that's boring. Yeah. It is. It's a history lesson. It's boring.
I thought it was two separate parks almost, because when you go to Epcot, I was doing Figment and Spaceship Earth, and then I forgot that I didn't even realize that the countries until I got older were connected to it.
Right. No, that makes sense.
We should try that German restaurant too. That's that we never went to.
The beer garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I want to try that, and I want to eat the crepes in France. We have yet to do that back where like Ratatouille is. Here's the thing. Before we end the podcast, the episode, I have the ultimate Epcot question for World Showcase. Do you start to the left in Mexico or to the right in Canada?
I've changed.
There is a right and wrong answer, and apparently, Ryan, we are wrong.
No, but I've changed mine.
What? What do you mean?
We used to go to Canada.
We always go.
But now we go to Mexico because we go to the ride. We've been
once.
The last two times we went left.
No, once.
The last two times we went left. We haven't gone right in a while.
Well, we're going right in July because to us, that's the right way to go.
Well, we
always used to go right.
Yeah, we always thought that was the right way, but really, apparently it's not.
But I don't know why there's a right and wrong answer to this, but there is. We used to go right to Canada because we liked Mexico is my favorite pavilion. That was that we wanted to end
with that.
Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't spit that out, but that's
No. Well, yeah, I guess it's better to end with Mexico than Canada, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I like the band that plays in Canada, and then you go to England, and you see the band playing, you got the Rose Crown, right? And there's music in there, and then you got the fish and chips.
You get the waft of the fish and chips.
Then you can either go to the Skyliner, or you can go to France and get some gelato, and just like on and on and on. So I think that's a good way to go too. I don't know. I don't think there's a wrong or right way.
I don't either, but apparently there is. Some people are very, very serious about the direction you go. You start in Epcot, and I get it.
Same thing for Spaceship Earth. You gonna go left or right? Spaceship Earth. When you get there.
What do you mean?
You gonna go right to Nemo, or are you gonna go left
like
to
that.
Guardians and Test Track? Or?
Well, if you're not gonna ride Guardians or Test Track, you're not going left.
I'm just saying,
I see what you're saying.
You can just walk around and not ride any rides. Which way are you going?
That's true. I get it. So this was fun.
Yeah.
It gets our minds thinking.
Yeah, and learn about other countries and what they offer, and and it's funny because we get to the American Pavilion, we're like, oh, we know.
I know, we never stop there unless we're going to eat at Regal Eagle.
Well, that was really good. And the bands play,
That's
and
true.
they have events there, and a funnel cake, and there's that little area where you can the kids can sleep.
That's good. It's a good napping area.
It is a little loud with the carts.
If they come through, yes.
Yeah.
So, again, this was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. Next episode, next week, we are going to kind of backtrack a little bit. And if you go back and listen to our series that we did on all 4 parks, we basically made our perfect park day. So each episode deals with one park, and you can only do 3 things.
Yep.
You could you pick one ride to ride, one meal to eat, and one entertainment show to watch. Okay. We're going to do something a little similar, but this time it's with the resorts. Yeah. It's going to be one episode. You get to pick the resort you want. You get to pick the restaurant. It doesn't have to be at the same resort. You get to pick the restaurant you're going to eat at, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So what we want you to do is head to our social media, Instagram and Facebook. Later in the week, we are going to post that up with exactly how to make your perfect resort day, if you will, and you can comment your answers there, and that's going to be next week's episode.
Yeah, and I think that's a great topic, and resorts are a big part of going to Disney. And we just said to each other, "Oh, I don't even feel like going to the park. Let's just go to the resorts, and hang out there, because there's so much to do, and there's so much that is offered. You really cannot do everything, even in 5 years, probably."
That's true. You really can't.
Yeah, and I think this will also bring light to different things that we don't know about.
That's very, very true. Yeah. So thank you so much for listening and for watching. And Ryan.
Yes. Oh, you can follow us, though. You guys know us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Adventures in Weberland.
TikTok. We're on TikTok.
Oh, and TikTok. I'm sorry. That's right. I always put that down below, too. I don't realize. So, I'm going to say it right this time again. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you on the next Adventures in Weberland.
That's not right.
Okay. Thanks for hanging out with us.
That's it? That's all you got, Ryan? Thanks for listening and for watching.
No.
Well, no, just no.
Let me say it right.
No.
Thanks for hanging out with us on Adventures in Weberland. See you next time.
Boy, oh boy. We'll get it right one episode, I promise.